Alright guys, some people have asked me how I could make a digital worksheet based off of a PDF you might already have of a worksheet. So I'm going to show you two possible ways you could do that. The first, which is my preference, is if you can just take screenshots of any of the worksheets you have and throw them in a Google form, it's going to make it pretty easily manageable for you to sift through students' work. And if it's something that's multiple choice, then you can very easily pre-program it to grade it automatically. So, if I had a map with questions or a graph with questions that are multiple choice, even if it's not multiple choice, you might want to think about making it multiple choice to save you some time in the grading procedures, so you can make life a little easier for yourself. And all you do for that is, you create a Google form, and let's say I had a worksheet like this, poverty in India, or question, poverty in India. I could take screenshots with Command Shift 4 on my Mac and screen grab this whole reading and the graphs just like this. It'll pop over on your desktop, and then when you're making the Google form, you would just simply insert add image, this button right here, and I'm going to drag that image in right there. And then after that, you can write a question out and write the question right there. So that's, I think, the easiest way that you could do this. And then when you get responses, each individual student's response would be right in this Google form. So you wouldn't have to jump back and forth to students' Google forms. Google Documents, the way I'm going to show you in a second. So that would be the most easy way I think you could probably do it to get worksheets that you already have PDF for students to complete. The second way is if you actually wanted them to write on the document. There are PDF extensions that allow students to write on them, but it's very difficult to get them to work in our system. I haven't had any positive experiences with that, so I'm going to show you a way that you could do it in Google Slides. You could also do it in Google Drawings, but you're going to see in a second. In Google Drawings, the students could actually delete the worksheet very easily, and then you get a bunch of emails saying, I can't find the worksheet anymore. So the first thing you're going to want to do, and I'm going to use the same example of the worksheet over here, Poverty in India. Open it up and take a screenshot of the whole worksheet. Again, that's Command Shift 4 on your MacBook. That should pop over here on my desktop. I'm going to wait a second for it. There it is. Now I'm going to go into Drive, and I'm going to create a Google slide. New Google slide. And I'm going to name it the exact name of the worksheet. Okay. So let me go look at what the name of that Poverty in India. Okay, so I'm going to name it Poverty in India. The second thing I'm going to do is if I just drag that in here, it's not going to lay out correctly. So I'm going to go File, Page Setup, click right there, Custom, and it's in inches, so I'm going to make it the size of a standard paper we use, so 8.5 by 11. I can get rid of these boxes. Now, some people might just drag this into here, and then the kids can draw on top of it or circle what they think is correct. But they can also come into their own physical copy and just do that, and it'll be gone. So what I like to do is if you do the background and you do choose image, I'm just going to drag that in there now. And now it's actually the physical background. So students can click on it and they won't be able to delete it. So now in your worksheet, you can make it as creative as you want to. So what I like to do, if I had something like this, I'd probably do a text box right here. And I would say, please put the red dot on the correct answers. I'm going to make this bold so they can see it on their end when I assign it to them. And then I'm just going to go up here, go to shapes. I'm going to make a circle. I'm going to make that circle red. And then I'm just going to Command C, Command V, and copy it a couple times. I'm going to put those circles by each question. And now when the students come in to see their copy, they will physically be able to drag the circle to what they think the correct answer is. Okay, so that's pretty much that simple. Let's say you had like a worksheet where you wanted students to add text. In my experience, the most successful way to do that is add a text box where you'd want them to write. So let's say there was a fill in the blank right here, somewhere on this graph. I would actually put a text box. I usually put a border around it so they see it. And I type answer here. So on their worksheet, they would actually physically be able to see that and then just go in there and type. So let's say I wanted to assign this now in Google Classroom. Okay, I've got it named Poverty in India. So I'm just going to go to my Google Classroom. Okay, I'm going to go to this one right here. And I'm going to assign it. So I'm going to go to Classwork, Create, Assignment. I'm going to name it the same thing I named the Google slide, Poverty in India. I'd give them the directions here, probably about putting the red circles where I need them to put them. Then I'm going to click Add from Google Drive. And that worksheet should be right here. There it is. You can see how it's got the red writing on it, so we know that's the right one. I double click it. And the last step is make sure you click on Make a Copy for each student. Okay? And then you hit Assign. And now each student will have their own physical copy. So as the teacher, to see those copies once this assigns, I'll show you in a second. Okay, so now here's the assignment, Poverty in India. If I had a bunch of students in here, it would say 0 turned in, 20 assigned, let's say. And as they assign them, those numbers would shift. So to see their worksheets, if it's turned in or assigned, because sometimes they forget to turn them in, you just click in there. If I had 20 students here, all their worksheets would be right here. And I could physically click in on them and look at them. So that's pretty much the easiest way, I think, that you could create a worksheet for students to actually write on in your classroom. I hope this helped. Have a great day.